am I doing? I don't know. All right, welcome. It is 7:02, give or take a few, on January 22nd. I'd like to call this meeting to order. We're all here, so I don't have to do anything else besides that. First thing I'm going to say is happy birthday to my daughter, Megan Peculis, who is 29 years old today.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Megan. I would like to be 29 again.
I understand somebody else had a birthday this weekend.
Yes, there were lots of family birthdays this weekend.
Sure.
I myself am 39. Don't
Wow.
do math, don't judge.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that.
Yeah, don't judge. Don't look. Now I'm going to go for 65. Then I look wicked good. Okay. Okay. Announcements. Let's see. We have openings for the following current positions. Please see the town's new website under employment opportunities. We have the associate town planner, an assistant town accountant, police and reserve police officers, and local transit operator. So all of those positions are open and we are entertaining applications. The Boxborough Recreation Commission will be hosting its annual Winterfest this Saturday, January 27th, from 1 to 4 at Steel Farm, located at 484 Middle Road in Boxborough. This is a wonderful event for your entire
Hi, Kristen.
family. Yes.
It's Callie.
Oh, hi.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
You guys are muted.
Oh. Oh.
You're right. I could. Now I'm not.
Hey,
Okay.
There you go. We can
Thanks,
hear you now.
Kelly.
Thank you.
So everybody just saw my mouth moving. Didn't hear anything. That's so funny. Okay, well, I did call the meeting to order at 7:02 p.m. on January 22nd, 2024. Now we'll do announcements. We have openings for the following current positions. Please see the town's website under employment opportunities. Check out the new town website. Rajan, it looks awesome. It's looking good. We are looking for an associate town planner, an assistant town accountant, police and reserve police officers, and a local transit operator. So if you have any questions, check it out. Feel free to reach out with any questions. Next, the Boxborough Recreation Commission will be hosting its annual Winterfest this Saturday, January 27th from 1 to 4 p.m. So let's just hope it doesn't rain tomorrow, because that might just ruin everything.
Tomorrow's snow and then it's rain the rest of the week.
It's what, warm the rest of the week?
No, so it snows tomorrow and then it rains from Wednesday to Friday.
Yay. Okay. It'll be a mud fest. Alrighty, well, we'll see what the Recreation Commission says. They're going to be coming in a little while, so I will pose the question, what happens if there's no snow and everything is muddy, and we'll see what they have to say. So stay tuned. Anyway, this is a wonderful event for your entire family to celebrate the joys of winter with your fellow Boxborough friends and neighbors. Bring your sleds for some sledding fun. No snow? No problem. We'll have plenty of other activities to keep the spirits high that afternoon, and a bonfire to keep you warm and toasty. We'll see. If I had kept reading, I would have known the answer to that question. Coffee with Kim and Town Assessor Kelly how do you say Kelly's last name? Sozik. Will be on Wednesday, January 31st at 10:30 a.m. at the Boxborough Community Center. This is an incredible opportunity to get your tax questions answered, and I know a lot of people have questions right now. So again, Wednesday, January 31st at 10:30 at the Boxborough Community Center, which is right across the street from the Town Hall. Okay, public input shall be taken at the beginning of each meeting with 30 minutes allocated on the agenda. Anyone who wishes to speak during public input will be asked to raise their hands so everyone can be recognized. The assistant TA Rajan will make a list of the people who wish to speak. All attempts will be made to alternate between people physically here and on Zoom. Every person will have 3 uninterrupted minutes to speak to the board. If questions are asked, the town administrator will follow up or post it to a future agenda if we're unable to answer them in real time. Everyone will be allowed to speak once during public input. If more than 8 people wish to speak during public input and we've reached our allocation, we will then we'll put aside extra time at the end of the meeting to make sure that everybody has an opportunity. This is out of courtesy to those who've been assigned times to meet with us and to allow for the work of the town to be completed in a timely manner. It will also ensure that all who wish to speak have the opportunity to do so. Alrighty. We have a few minutes before the public hearing with Kraft Foods, and they're not, are they
They are.
Zooming or are they? Oh, I see Gardy. Well, the public hearing's at 7:15, so I don't think we can call.
You
we
cannot start
We have
before
our
the public hearing.
firefighter if we want to introduce him.
Oh, I
He's
forgot.
on-
I skipped right over that. Sorry
yeah,
about
Dan
that.
is on Zoom.
All right, well, I'll be looking at at the Zoom over here. Sean, are you there?
He is.
All right, would you like to introduce our newest full-time firefighter?
Can you hear me?
There you are.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to introduce our newest full-time firefighter, Daniel Motika. He comes to us from Lunenburg. He started his career in Lunenburg, graduated Lunenburg High School, and started with Lunenburg Fire Department as a call firefighter, then worked up filling shifts like he currently does in Boxborough. He's been doing that since 2020 till present. And then Danny came on board with us back in 2021. Started off as a call guy, went up through all the ranks as a per diem. He was one of our higher producing per diems for shift coverage. I went through the hiring process recently that we had a few months ago, and we're a pleasure to have him hired as the newest full-timer.
All right, welcome,
Welcome.
Danny. So we do this to everybody. Did they warn you what we're gonna do? I always
No.
ask everybody, what do you love the most about Boxborough?
I do love the small town feel. Every time I go out in the community, a lot of interaction with the people, very close knit community. So great to work with people.
Nice. So what was the, in your memory, what call did you go on that had the biggest impact on you?
Oh goodness, biggest impact. Probably my first 495. Obviously 495 runs through Boxborough. Never been on the highway before in an emergency role, so that was my first going out there. It was a real shocker.
Yeah, and what happened? Well, what can you tell us without breaking any what did you do? Tell us about it.
Took someone to the hospital. Don't want to get into too many gory details. Obviously, like you mentioned, don't want to get too gross here, but just the fact that I was out there, the cars flying by at all crazy speeds and whatnot. That was my first time being out on the highway, not driving, right, standing on the side of the road with my big yellow vest on, trying to help out as best I could.
Yeah.
It was a real eye opener for sure.
Wonderful. Did they survive?
Yes.
I'm just curious. I know Wes is like, please stop asking questions, but now you got me curious. Does anybody else have any welcoming remarks for Danny?
Welcome to Boxborough, Danny. Happy to have you.
Hi, Danny. Yeah, I got a chance to meet Danny. I think it was either the first day of his full time or first during that first week. So
Nice.
I welcomed him then. So it's nice to have you on board, Dan.
Thank you.
So I have one observation.
Yeah.
So in the morning when I come in, I back my tiny little Ford Ranger pickup truck into the spot and try to keep it between the lines.
Yeah.
I have to say, I was impressed on the day that Danny was sworn into the department. There's this huge fire engine at the back of the parking lot, perfectly between the lines. So I went down, there's a bunch of firefighters and the chief. I said, who parked that big truck back there? And it was Danny.
Way to go,
First
Danny.
day on the
All
job
right,
as
way
a
to go.
full-time firefighter. I'm like, he parked it better than I parked my tiny little truck here. So great to have him here.
Oh, nice job. And don't worry, they keep me away from the fire station. You won't have to deal with me very often and my wacky questions. So, but again, thank you very much. We appreciate you serving our community.
Thank you for the time.
All right, moving on. It is 7:12, so we could probably do minutes.
Yep.
Has everyone had a chance to look at the December 11th and the January 6th minutes?
Yes.
Any edits? All right,
No edits for me.
no edits. Well, you're our editor.
Yeah.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve the December 11th and the January 6th minutes
Regular
as
session
presented.
minutes. Regular session minutes.
Regular session minutes. Yes, thank you.
All right.
Second.
Perfect. All right, so Priya moved to approve the regular session minutes. Wes seconded them. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, they are accepted. Let's see, how are we doing? 7:12. What do you think? What can we do in 3 minutes?
You can do the reports.
Sure. You said reports?
Yeah.
We'll start down at the center of the table. Do you guys have any? reports at the moment?
Yeah, I can give a few updates. Just as far as with staffing, talked about some of the positions we had open: associate planner, assistant town planner. We actually have an interview scheduled tomorrow with that candidate for the assistant town accountant.
Awesome.
No candidates yet that we've decided to go forward with for the associate planner.
Mhm.
We also advertised last week the local transit operator, and we're able to get some assistance from Mart. They're going to help advertise for that position as well. I believe we're able to possibly hire potentially 2 local transit operators, but we're aiming for 1. And still taking in applications for the reserve and full-time police officer.
Okay.
As far as for updates for the finance director / town accountant, we heard from the consultant last week. The deadline for applications has closed. We're going to be meeting with them this week to get the final screen candidates that they would advise for us to go forward with interviews. So we should be hearing back from them this week for next steps on that.
Awesome.
And just the next update is, as you all mentioned, the town website it went live I believe it's been over a week now, but getting good feedback on that. Kind of been keeping my eyes open to like any complaints or anything that needs to be fixed. So for the most part, good go live date, no complaints. Small things we're working on the back end, but for the most part, we're hoping it's more user friendly, it's less decluttered, and it's more available for the public to get information from us. So
Have you guys all been on the site yet?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
So far, it looks good.
Yeah, it looks
That's
very
what I
modern.
told Rajan that when I came in. Yeah.
Thank you. So, all right, so if anybody is on the website and you find any bugs, let Rajan know, because if we don't know where they are, we can't fix them. But in a nice way. Let us know in a nice way.
A couple of quick announcements. At the last meeting, the board did decide to move forward with a design and construction of a menorah for next winter. So if there's anyone out in the community who would like to take that on as a project, we would entertain your ideas. So please come to administration. We'd love to talk with you. A couple of quick things. This past weekend, a number of staff, including Rajan and I and Kelly, were at the MMA annual meeting and conference where we voted on behalf of the town for our comprehensive and liability insurance policies, electing board members to the Maya board, and we went to classes that included legal updates, environmental resilience, DEI, management, best practices, and financial management.
Wow.
So that's all I have for now, and it looks like we're at about 7:15.
All right, so we'll pick up with board updates after our public hearing. Okay, so, let's see. So I'd like to call the public hearing to order. Do we have the, here it is. Hold on a minute, everybody, hold on. Page 2. Thank you, Kelly, for putting all this together for me. Okay, so I'd like to call the public hearing to order. We need to read the legal notice, correct?
Yes, please.
All right. This notice, so it is 7:15 on January 22nd, 2024. I think I said 2023 earlier, 2024. This notice is hereby given under Chapter 138, Section 12 of the Massachusetts General Law. The Select Board will hold a hybrid public hearing at Town Hall in the Grange Room, 29 Middle Road, Boxborough, Mass. on January 22nd, 2024 at 7:15 p.m. Considering the application of CFH 500 Beaverbrook Road LLC, doing business as Craft Food Halls, for a common victualer's license to be located at 500 Beaverbrook Road, Boxborough, Mass. 01719. The application is on file in the Select Board office and may be viewed during normal business hours. The public may attend in person or virtually. Please visit the town web. Well, if you're here, you've already found the website. Computer and app users may use the raise hand feature to request to speak. If you're not able to attend the hearing or wish to submit comments or questions in advance of the hearing, you may do so in writing via email or first-class mail to be received on or before the close of business day, 4 p.m., on the day of the hearing. please send it to Michael Johns, Town Administrator, 29 Middle Road, Boxborough, Mass. 01719, or townadmin@boxborough-ma.gov. All righty. So, seeing that, I thought I saw Gabby from Craft Food Halls. Gabby, are you there? We have to unmute.
I
Gabby.
am, ma'am. How are you?
Oh, Gardy, I'm sorry. I really need better glasses. Gardy, sorry.
It's quite all right.
Nice to hear your voice again. The last time you guys were here in person.
Oh, you are a blessing, and I'm sorry that I can't put my video on. I'm just battling these symptoms here, and I don't look my best.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Oh, I hope you feel better soon. So how are things
You
going?
are
I was
blessing.
actually thinking about you guys and where you were in the process.
I mean, we're absolutely blessed. It's been fun working with literally everyone to get things in proper working order. Our administrator, Randy, has been working hard with the ABCC and all of their little requirements and large requirements and all the adjustments that needed to be made to make this possible. It's been definitely fun.
Great. So you are here to get your common victualer's license, and you did put together a really nice package for us with all the information, everything you've been working on. Do you want to, do you have anything specific you want to call the board's attention to?
No, that just Madam Kelly has just been extraordinary with helping us get everything together and dotting I's, crossing T's. It couldn't have been done with other.
Great, good to know, good to know. Des, go ahead,
Kristen,
Mike.
there are two things I'd like to call to the board's attention.
Sure.
And that is just that we're waiting on two things, and this is no fault of Kraft Food Hall or any of their employees. It's just that you want to make this vote, if you're ready, contingent upon receiving the occupancy certificate from the building commissioner, who informs me that they're moving along well, and he was comfortable with this going to a vote this evening, as well as the final certificate from the Board of Health. They're also comfortable, but they have to wait until the final flooring is in and until they can process that. But neither of those should hold you up this evening, but I just wanted to make you aware that we won't let that license out, should you vote on it this evening, until we get those two certificates.
Okay, sounds good. I saw the list that the Board of Health gave you guys. Yikes, that's a lot. A lot to work on.
That is understood, sir, and yes, ma'am, it is a lot.
Sorry, I'll try not to make you laugh. I know when I was sick, every time I was sick, I coughed, so no laughing. Does anybody else have any, on the board, have any questions or comments for Gardy?
I have a question, Gotti, about pricing. Do your prices, will the prices in Boxborough be the same for all of your restaurants, or is there some variation based on location?
I don't think we can,
Oh, we can't ask that question?
I mean, I don't think we're technically allowed to hold it up based on that, just
I think
because
you
it's.
just
Oh,
ask
no,
the
I'm not,
question.
I
He's
wouldn't
not
hold it up
holding it
based on
up.
that. It was just
Yeah.
more of a,
I actually noticed there were no prices on the menu also, so maybe you can tell us why you presented that way in the outset.
Yes, and I am grateful for the question because it's one that is definitely concerning in the general scheme of things about how the every state and municipality regulating what the prices are. We always take a look right before opening at where the controls are and what the competitors are, and that's why we never really release the prices until about a week before. One of the most amazing things to look at is definitely how we compare between Lexington and Boston, and then we kind of look at the median rates there. But we usually release everything about a week ahead of time.
That makes sense.
Okay.
You're probably looking at food costs, et cetera, where things are. Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
it's-
Yeah, and part of the amazing thing is as we continue to build relationships, it's always in everybody's best interest as we open a newer location to have better pricing. And we care about our pricing very much. You'll learn quickly about us that it's definitely more about the community than the actual profits. It's really, really interesting to see how partner with the communities, and we look forward for Boxborough as well.
Got it. Any other questions or comments for him?
yeah, thank you for that. Scotty. I have a question. I was looking through one of the documents here, and I noticed that it said it was on town sewer. What?
So I think the Campanelli, I don't know if the Campanelli property provides like a centralized wastewater.
So is that?
Because I don't know if they're on septic, right? So like when Cisco was in there and they put in all those, I know that they have a shared well. I don't know if they have shared septic, which might be considered, I don't know the legit, like legalese of it.
We do.
Yeah, they would have their own treatment plant, but it's
Yeah.
not town, but it's not town sewer, because we don't have any town.
Yeah, it's sort of like, it struck me that it wasn't really an option, but it says town or private. So I thought, oh, maybe that should have been private. But there was also nothing in there about the water source either, so,
Oh, in the application itself.
yeah. So maybe that's just a bit of the application that needs to be added to it. But yeah, no, there's certainly plenty of information in there, more than I could certainly absorb.
Anything else from the board? No, we're excited to have you. Are there any comments from the public? Any questions or comments from the public, either on Zoom or in person? All right, seeing no hands. Gardy, when do you think you'll be opening? So, I know you've got some work left to do, but do you have a grand opening celebration in mind?
I think I would probably win the lottery before I can pinpoint a date. I've been throwing out dates for a year, and it's been every single time has been wrong. But you will definitely know when we have our how we do it as the friends and family, and you all will have invitations and knowing beforehand when all of that happens. We would be absolutely grateful if we can still get it in February, but it really depends on how the chips fall.
Sounds
I think
good.
it's safe to say before 2030.
Before 2030. We'll see you soon. That sounds good.
We'd be happy as a town to come out and participate in a ribbon cutting ceremony.
Yeah.
If you let us know when you'd like to do that.
Absolutely. That'd be
That
fun.
would be awesome. That would be awesome. And my birthday is March 1st, so that would be a great birthday present.
Oh, wouldn't that be awesome? Maybe you could even blow candles out. I've got a little expert in my house who need me out. So, okay, then are we ready for a motion, everybody? All right, I move to approve the common victualler's license for CFH 500 Beaverbrook Road LLC, contingent upon Neshoba Board of Health's food permit and their final certificate of occupancy for a term ending December 31st, 2024.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. We're looking forward to seeing you. And I hope you feel better soon.
We are grateful, and thank you for your kindness, and thank you everyone else.
Our pleasure. All right, good night.
Well, good night.
All righty. Okay, so why don't we go back to town administrator reports? Are you all?
Do you have to adjourn?
Oh, right, we have to close the public hearing. I'm sorry, thank you. I move to adjourn this public hearing at 7:20, I should just look at my watch, at 7:26 PM, January 22nd, 2024.
Second.
Wes seconded it. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Thank you guys for keeping me legal. It's been a long day, so I'm like, ooh, how fast can we move through this meeting? Let's go. Alrighty, so we're now ahead of it a little bit. We already did announcements. Mike and Rajan, did you have anything else?
That's all for me.
Okay, so I have a little bit of news. I went to both the Boxborough Housing Trust meeting and the Boxborough Housing Board meeting, and I enjoyed a presentation by Habitat for Humanity, looking at doing a project on the site, and after that, the board did have a discussion and came to an agreement that they would like to offer the property to the town for whatever, for a fire station, should it be identified as the #1, place that we'd like to see a fire station built. We I'm not gonna lie to you, my memory's a little, meh. I can't remember if they put a dollar amount on it, or if it was just subject to the memorandum of understanding that we have, in which case we'd come to an agreed upon number. They have gotten an appraisal, they've done some formulaic numbers, I'll just tell
think
you,
it was
it's
like
somewhere around
4.5.
1.2.
Probably shouldn't talk about the price.
Oh, sorry, okay, I won't talk about the price. Well, we're going to negotiate the price, is really what it comes down to. Should it percolate to the top, the town is, the building committee will be meeting this Wednesday. If we posted the meeting, I wasn't here today, we posted the meeting for the building committee?
I don't know, I wasn't here either.
Okay, Mike and I weren't here today. Hey Kelly, do you know if we posted a building committee meeting?
I can check right now.
Oh, thanks, Priya. All right, well, if we didn't post a meeting, we will not be meeting on Wednesday, but we'll be meeting soon I'm hoping that the board is going to finalize, a decision upon, where they feel that the best place for a new fire station will be in order to bring it back to the select board, for further recommendations and discussion. And ultimately, hopefully get something onto the warrant for town meeting.
So that people don't think we're totally disorganized, Kristen and I spent the day in Boston doing legal proceedings, so we arrived about 20 minutes before the start of this meeting, so
Yeah.
more to come on that later.
It was a day. I'm a country girl, so driving in and out of Boston at rush hour both times was very stressful.
Right.
So I'm still like,
And that's why some people at home may have noticed that there was a late amendment to the agenda for our executive session, which I phoned John on my drive back to Town Hall to add it in so that we can update the board on how those legal proceedings went today. And that's something that it was of an emergent nature, and that's why it went on so late, within an hour of the opening of this meeting.
yep. All right, well, that was it for me, actually, just that. Anybody else have any reports or updates?
I would ask a question about the Steel Farm shed. Do we have it? Ice House? Has anybody come forward to bid on that proposal?
Not yet. Actually, I'm gonna work to get that finalized and advertised.
Oh, okay, so it's not finalized yet?
No.
Oh, okay, all right, so that would explain why nobody would come forward, okay.
Okay. Anybody else have anything they want to report on?
Kristen, it hasn't been posted.
It has not been posted? All right, well, we will not be meeting this Wednesday then. I'll query the board and find out the next available date so that we can keep moving everything forward. So, all right. Let's see, public input. We're a little early. We're actually running 15 minutes early at the moment. Do we have any public input at this time? Nothing. Wow, okay. Very quiet.
Nice.
All righty. So the Recreation Commission is coming at 7:50. I believe they're coming then. Do you think we have time? And does anyone know if Frederick Law is going to come in to be appointed to the Steel Farm Advisory Committee? Because I certainly don't want to appoint him if he was planning on visiting.
I don't know that he's planning to come in, or if he's, I can't see all the names that are up on there.
He's not on
He's
here
not
yet.
there.
No?
Why not
Okay.
do the treasury, the finance team thing, because everybody's here?
Sure. Yeah, no, I was thinking that too. Okay, awesome. All right, so why don't we jump to 9A?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good evening.
All right.
How are you all this evening?
We are good. How are you? Thanks for being early on, so you can keep us moving forward too.
I am good. Okay, so the second quarter in my office, we've got the regular items. The big thing this year has been working with Naomi and keeping her in the training. Sorry, I can hear myself talking.
Oh, that's annoying. Oh, I'm sorry. Is there anything we can do on our end with that? No?
No, okay. So I've been, continuing to work with Naomi and keeping her in the training of getting up to speed on being a treasurer. The auditors came in and the audit is finalized. I've working with the auditor this week on the finalizing the management letter. I came to Mass for the fall town meeting, worked with Naomi for several days, and that seemed to be very productive. And just some of the things for expenses that I just wanted to bring to your attention. In looking at the departments, most of all of them are at their 50%. I find that the departments in Foxborough, the people are very fiscally responsible. The department heads of taking care of their budget and spending, appropriately. We haven't had to go to the finance committee for anything so far this year. You'll see on the page 11, 12, and 13 of the expenditure report, the special articles, so you can kind of see those and see where the projects are coming along. On page 19 and 20, there's the ARPA breakdown. So again, you can kind of see how that's working. I also have included in the packet, you'll see, hold on.
Take your time. We did call on you early.
Okay. So yeah, in the packet also is the revenue report. So you'll have all the expenditures and then you'll have the revenue report. And we're pretty much right on track with the local receipts. At the end of Q2, we're at 51%. We are a little under for overall, but this will resolve itself in the Q3 with the large motor vehicle excise tax release. I'm so happy to say that this last quarter, finally, the investment accounts, the interest has rebounded from COVID. We've had a lot of loss over the last year or so, and this year this quarter it rebounded very nicely. And we got quite a bit of interest back on that.
Nice.
You'll see that there is an OPEB correction that was found with the audit that had to be corrected. So you'll see that it's not a negative as money being taken from the OPEB. It was an error made that we had to fix from the prior year. But no money, it was just a paper issue. It wasn't with the money. But other than that, things are going really well.
Great.
And you've got the assessor's report and the treasurers, and so I'll let Kelly and Naomi have a little bit of time with you, and if you have any questions, you can let us know.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Before Kelly P steps off, anyone have any questions specific to the accountant?
No.
No? All good? All righty. Kelly S.
You're muted.
We have to unmute her. Yo.
Thank you. So, you have the report in front of you. We did all the forms for the Department of Revenue, Department of Local Services in order to set the tax rate. So that had been done. 24 third and fourth quarter actual tax bills were committed to the tax collector, the real estate, CPA, personal property income and expense, which were fines for individuals that did not return the income and expense report forms, light and water lien commitment as well. There was one motor vehicle commitment that was committed over to the collector, 2306. And then the motor vehicle abatements that were granted for October, November, and December. Chapter land applications were due into the office by December 1st. There was 18 Chapter 61 applicants,
Wow.
2260A, 2760B, 61B.
Kelly,
And
can you
then,
remind me what's the difference between 61, 61A, and 61B?
61 is your chapter, your forestry. 61A is your agricultural, and 61B is your recreation or open space.
So if you're recreational open space, what does that mean?
So if you board horses, you're 61B. If you, as a business, boarding horses, that would be a 61B. Open and natural, I have a piece of property that I have, I'm leaving open and natural of forest or pasture. And I want to leave that open and natural, that would be, and that would be your open space.
Gotcha. Thank you. I couldn't remember what was what, so thank you.
No worries. We prepared and mailed all the personal exemptions to the individuals that had previously been awarded the exemptions, and those are due into the office for April 1st, 2024. We prepared and mailed out the income and expense forms for the next fiscal year, and we've prepared and mailed out the personal property forms. That's about it. We've been pretty busy this quarter, but it's a whole different quarter.
Nope, sounds
Any
like it.
questions?
Lots got done this quarter, that's for sure. Does anybody have any questions for Kelly?
No, I just want to make a comment. I'm just looking at the assessor's page, and it looks good now. Like, I mean, I don't know if it was there, or I don't know if it's the new website, but like you can see why there is an increase, and it's all clearly stated there. I think it's very important. I know there were a lot of people who had concerns about their increase in the tax bill, and this kind of clears it out. It's very clear. Thank you.
Thank you. I actually had that prepared and on there right away so that everybody would see it, and I can give you a little quick snippet if you want.
Yeah, I think that'd be great, because it definitely is of concern to quite a few people right now.
Sure. And so we're charged by the state of Massachusetts to be between 95 and 110% of the calendar year 2 years prior. So that would be 21 and 22. So I'll just read what I have here. We are only about 95% of the Department of Revenue's parameters of the 95 to 110% of the 21 and 22 calendar year sales used to value the town, with a COD, which is coefficient of dispersion, which measures the uniformity of the assessments among properties in a community. We sit at about 5%. The COD statistic of 10% or less would indicate a high level of uniformity in Massachusetts. Assessors are required to have a COD of 10% or less for a single-family home in order for their values to be certified by the Bureau of Local Assessment, or BLA. A higher COD is allowed for other types of properties, such as the commercial and industrial, which typically do not have as much sales data available as single-family homes. This is mass appraisal, which mass is volume, not Massachusetts. So of course there may be a minute individual parcels that are not fitting within the spectrum and are either under-assessed or over-assessed. The reality is not a single city or town will ever have values at 100% due to data. This is why the state of Massachusetts put into place an abatement period. It will always be a work in progress. All in all, we are on the lower end of the allotted parameters, and we are within a high level of uniformity. After hearing the taxpayers' concerns, I cannot fathom the outrage there would be if we were on the higher end. I am attaching some, let's see, I have reports that I can give you later showing the, where we're falling into those parameters. I know it's been noted that in previous meetings that the assessors have property that's assessed at like $400,000 or $500,000 when in reality they can sell for $1.3 million.
I don't think it's that big of a stretch, but yeah.
So there is a property of that was noted, and the reason why is because the fact that that property has not received a certificate of occupancy yet. If that property gets a certificate of occupancy before July 1, they will receive a supplemental. So we have like date parameters as well that we have to follow. So someone might see something that doesn't sound right to them. They should really come and speak to me before anything, because there is probably a very good reason. And this particular home that is assessed at $422,000 was a home that was purchased for $390,000 out of foreclosure, and they received their building permit in August of 2022, but January 1, 23 is the assessment date. That new home that is now standing, if you will, for 1 point something million, I think it's on Redfin for 1.3 million. That's because of the fact that it's still within the dating process of the parameters I have to follow. So yes, I have picked up that growth. I hope to get it for 24 under a supplemental, but it all depends on when they get their CO. So if they don't, either way, going forward in 25, they're over $1 million at this time, just to give you an idea. So, any questions?
Kelly, have all the homes in town now brought up to the assessment value that we are supposed to be for 2024?
Yes.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
any other questions for Kelly?
No questions for me?
Anyone from the public? I don't see any hands.
And I do suggest everybody to go to the website and do look what Priya was talking about. I was very, very transparent, and it's unfortunate that we had to go that high due to the sales. And I explained to the individuals that come to my office, you know, the one that's selling the house, they just care about getting the money and going, doing what they need to do. They're not thinking about, and we all do it, we're not thinking about the individuals who have to remain behind and pay that assessing gap difference. So by all means, look at the website and give me a call.
Well, thank you for putting it on the website. That definitely makes it easy for people. Way to go. All right, Naomi, if you're more comfortable, you can grab the microphone and sit, or you can stand, whatever makes you happy. All right.
So my office business as usual. We have collected 5.1 million in taxes, 100,000 in personal property, 6,000 in motor vehicle right now. So I'm waiting for the current one, and that been released yet. In balance with a town accountant. And we have my office, we started reviewing some old tax title paperwork we have in the office and organizing it to see where we actually stand on tax title. And I'm still working cross-trained within my office. That's pretty much a nutshell of my office. So, you guys have any questions?
Are there many properties in the tax title foreclosure list at the moment?
Right now, I don't really know right now. We have all the paperwork was in one folder. So we're taking it out and making folders for each property so we know exactly what we have on paperwork for each property. I can't say for sure if it's been cleared out of tax sale yet or if it's in foreclosure.
Okay.
But hopefully next fiscal year we be able to dig deeper into that.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And I see you're in the process of cross-training the department admin. That's good. So that if you want to take a vacation, there's someone that can actually
Yes.
fill in while you're gone.
Yes.
Vacations are nice.
Yes.
All right. Sounds good. Any questions for Naomi? No?
Just a question that I asked Naomi about before, because we went to billing twice a year instead of at once, each quarter. That was a concern that was expressed to me, and I had wondered about putting a second envelope in there as kind of a reminder to people who may be late in sending their second bill in. Is that possible?
It's possible. I talked to Bill and our printers and see what the cost would be additional to that. So yeah, that's something I will look into next billing cycle.
Okay, all right. I think that, I mean, it might help some folks.
Okay.
Hopefully it wouldn't be an expensive add-on, but
Yeah, all right, I'm going way down a path in my head. I'm like, okay, but if it's another envelope, but if it changes the postage, like,
But you're also sending them to people that pay out of escrow as well.
well, that's not the other thing I'm thinking of it is, like, what percentage of people pay it with their, like me, I don't send a check in, so I take those 2 envelopes and I recycle them. But I could bring them back to you, Naomi, I could bring them back to you.
Actually, a lot of the residents
Well, no,
bring
you
back the
can't-
envelope they don't use,
It
so.
goes directly from the
Yeah.
printer to them, so Naomi getting them doesn't really,
Doesn't help her?
no, not
Right.
really.
I don't know. I hear what
And-
you're saying, having 2 envelopes is that tick to say, okay, I need to actually send in 2 payments?
yeah,
Uh,
for the people who don't want to send in 2 payments at once.
Right, okay.
Can they opt in
Well, it's
instead?
no longer 2 payments, it's literally just 2 payments for the year and you get billed twice. So I mean, like, right, because we went from quarterly to half year,
Semi-annual.
and so while it may, like, you do become behind at some point, like, it's still only 2 payments that people need to make. But I think you get a bill every half year, right? Because you get the bill and then it says, like, when you have to pay it.
Yeah, so the bills you get like first, second quarter together, so back now in July, so you have August and November. Then in January, you get the third and fourth quarter, that's due February 1st and May 1st.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
So Wes must be like me, our lenders pay it, we don't have to think about
Yeah.
it.
I just throw it in the recycling. I don't even open it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear what you're saying. All right. I guess I'd want to know what the cost would be of a second envelope and if it impacts postage and then what the cost is. And I mean, right now we're looking at every penny, so.
Yes.
I don't want to be unfriendly to the people that
No,
would be
no, no,
helpful
I
to.
hear
But
ya.
if it's, $1,000, it's $1,000. So,
okay.
all right, thanks, man.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Okay, great, thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
have a great day. Thanks for coming in tonight. We appreciate it. Kelly and Kelly, thank you also so much. You guys did a great job with your report. And thank you for answering our questions.
Okay,
One note,
have a good night.
Oh, Mike has a note.
So they did finish our auditing our financial report for FY '23. We haven't received the final report yet. We know that audit is done, and we should be in receipt of that very soon. When we receive it, we'll forward it to the select board and the finance committee.
Awesome.
But we should have that in the next couple of weeks.
And
All right, sounds
Do you,
good. What's that,
and are you-
Kelly?
would you like to have an exit conference where the auditor comes and gives you the report, or do you just want to review it? Because we can have both, or, I just need to know, so I would work with scheduling the auditor to come.
I think both. I think it was helpful to have Tony come in last year.
Okay.
And make a presentation, at least a summary presentation to the board. Would you
Okay.
like to have that, Kristen? And
I would,
board members?
actually. Yeah, I think where 3 of us are new
Okay.
to it, it makes sense to have that
Okay.
person, yeah.
And typically they come in at the end of the auditing period to give a report. So that's been done annually, I believe.
Okay,
Awesome. All right, now we know.
I will get that scheduled. Thank you.
Thanks. Have a great night.
Thanks,
You
Kelly,
too.
Kelly, and Naomi.
Bye.
Megan, you probably cannot believe this, but it is 7:50, and you were on the agenda for, I don't know, 7:50. Oh, my goodness. So you have a choice. You can grab the microphone and sit, or you can stand, whatever is comfortable for you.
Sure.
So it's funny, I was reading the announcements, and of course I hadn't read all the way through, and I'm like, geez, it's gonna rain, what's gonna happen? And then you answered my question at the end of the announcement. Nice job.
There you go. Kristen, public input? Do we have to? I know
We
you
already did
asked
that.
before, but like I didn't know.
Oh, no, we
what
don't have to
the
do it
time.
again, we already asked,
Okay,
but
all
thank
right.
you.
Sorry.
So Dave, you asked me to come and speak about
Yeah,
the Recreation
yeah.
Commission, or is this about about the license for Saturday? Just curious. Is that on?
Rachel, can you put up her presentation?
Okay.
Didn't you already have it, didn't we already give you your license for Saturday?
I don't see it in the packet, the Fat
I thought we
Rooster,
already
so I
signed
just
it.
want to make sure we're all
It was approved at
set.
a previous meeting.
Yeah, we already
Okay.
did it.
You're all
Okay,
set.
good. Okay,
Yeah,
I just
I
want
was
to make
gonna say,
sure.
I thought we did that.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. I just wanted to make sure I didn't save it for this packet. Okay.
Yeah, so if I could, I mean, I did send out a note to the chairs of various committees asking if anybody needed additional volunteers. It would be good to have them come in and talk about that. But in my exchange of emails with you, Megan, you had 2 great presentations. I thought it's a perfect time to tell us more about all of what's going on. So
That's great.
the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it. And this is the presentation I gave for the Citizens Academy too, so a lot of it's up the same thing. So I'll do the same spiel, but first I will also give out your Winterfest flyers too to you guys. So
Right.
So we are a member of 6 currently, but we could use an extra person. I think our bylaws allows us to have at least 1 extra spot. So if anyone's interested, we'd happy to have others join. And if you want to
So there's everybody.
go to the next slide, that's an older picture at Winterfest. So I've been on this commission for 10 years. No. Yeah, 10 years. So my little one, who was now in 5th grade, was little at the time. So if you want to go to that's like the next slide. The first. That's all you have, huh?
I think you're clicking on the wrong arrow. Click on the,
There we go.
you keep clicking towards the end.
I'm not clicking anything, I
No,
swear.
I know. I
I swear I'm not. It's usually my fault.
So these are just some past and present programs that we have been working on. Obviously, without a community center, it's hard to think, try to think outside the box and think of ways that we can engage our community as much as we can, being outside, or other ways that we can use space. So we've created a running club for kids. We've also had parents who have older kids have come to participate on Wednesday mornings at Blanchard. 6 times around is a mile. We give out little feet, and it's been a big presentation for the kids. They really like it. A lot of volunteers make this happen, which has been great. We've had flag football, basketball programs run by Mr. G at the school. And that's open to even other schools as well if they're interested. We've also had a boot camp right here in the parking lot with Holly Quovo from Fitting Fitness In, and proceeds basically will go back to the town, but some of it will go to her business as well. So we usually try to work a deal where a percentage goes back to our revolving fund or to the town. We've done a foraging class. We've collaborated with the Boxborough Conservation Trust and the library on a lot of programming that we do. It's nice to have the library in town for things like that. During the pandemic, we did a troll making contest, and that was really neat. We worked with the land stewards in town, and they allowed us to kind of put things around the town and through the different lands, and it was really neat because people got really involved, and artists we never knew in our community were present. So
I would
helping
love
out.
to see you do something like that again. I mean, we walked Patch Hill, and we thoroughly enjoyed finding the trolls. It was very enjoyable for us. Love if you did that again.
Nice. Yeah, that's great to hear. And we took our crew to the Red Sox. A lot of people, a lot of you were there, so that was a really fun event in June. And we want to have future pickleball and tennis programs. We've been coordinating possibly with Marcus Lewis and with our new field for the spring, as well as yoga programs with professionals in town, and we run our Flair summer playground program. So that's some of the community programming that we have been all working on. Obviously, you all well know Liberty Field started 2016 and involved with all kinds of soccer, baseball, pickleball, fitness, playground, basketball court, tennis, approved walking path. So we had a partial opening in September, and we plan to open the rest for the entirety in June. We have one more stage of crabgrass that needs to go through, but other than that, we're in good shape for that.
One more stage of crabgrass.
One more stage of crabgrass.
That's just my lawn in general.
Surprised you don't use clovers.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, because a lot of places will actually seed clovers because they inject nitrogen into the ground.
Oh, I didn't know that. So it's on purpose.
Blair Summer Playground, we enrolled last year 345 campers. It was the largest we've ever had.
Wow.
And because of that, we're also able to hire a lot of community leaders in our town. We've hired 3 lead directors, 7 lead counselors, 12 counselors in training, and 57 volunteers that the Recreation Commission helped manage, as well as with our lead directors. And we've involved local celebrities, different teachers in town that would come in the summer, author visits, and we've incorporated a lot of STEM programming as well, in addition to the typical hometown arts and craft sports activities for the community. It's held this year will be July 1st to the 26th. It's 8:30 in the morning till noon, weather dependent, but we've had pretty good luck with the tent. We've been able to keep it going as much as possible. Obviously, parents kind of are trained now that as soon as they hear thunder or they get word about that possibly day, we ended up canceling it. But moving forward, we'll continue to have theme weeks and water Wednesdays, tie-dye Tuesdays, things like that. We usually use a great vendor for the water days, water slides, things like that. So
Fun.
And it's just been nice to have a lot of our local students helping out and becoming leaders of the community. So it's been nice to have both sides. Next slide is our past and present upgrades to the town that we've worked with. We work with a lot of Eagle Scouts, and we just finished a project at Flara, the shed. You can see up on the right. Actually, I have a check. I forgot to bring a check with me. I'll give it to you tomorrow when we meet. But one of the Eagle Scout candidates, he raised money for the shed to put at Flara. He also got funding from the Acton-Boxborough Youth Baseball, but he had some money left over. It was a $150 check that he just dropped off to me to put back into the town for potential programming. So I work with a lot of Eagle Scout projects. Eagle Scouts come to us a lot for ideas. Maybe we can put in bike paths or bike racks, or like different, the Gaga Ball pit was the big one a few years ago.
What's a Gaga Ball? You're talking to an old lady. I have no idea.
Your grandchildren will well know. So
I'm sure they do, but they're not here to tell me, Nan.
Yeah, so
Nan, why do you struggle?
We actually we got to go to his awards ceremony and
was cool.
You
over at
went
the
in the
community
Gaga pit?
center.
No, but I saw the picture of it when we went to his Eagle ceremony.
It's like a friendly dodgeball.
Friendly
There's one
dodgeball.
at Blanchard. It's like an octagon shape, and you have to kind of hit the ball. It's very, very popular around different places now. And so this, at the time, he was in 8th grade, Raphael Chavez, and he saw this vision and knew the need in the town and wanted to make this happen. So he worked on that. It's over at Flara now. But
I'll have to go check it out.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, did you know what it was?
Yeah, because my grandson told me about it.
I'm the only one that didn't know. All right, well, now I do. Thank you, Megan.
Yeah, you gotta go over there.
I'm not playing, though. It sounds horrible.
So yeah, picnic tables, different ideas. If anyone has ideas, feel free to let the Recreation Commission know. We can happy to pass that on to Eagle Scout candidates too in town. So,
awesome.
Next slide. There's another slide. So we have Winterfest this Saturday, and I just gave you all the flyers. We have a lot of local vendors coming. Not sure about the snow, but that's okay. It's going to be potentially 50 degrees and sunny, so we'll take that too. So, other community, I work at the Umbrella Arts Center. They're going to be coming, and we'll have like an art and craft table. Just get the word out about local businesses. Two Friends Chocolate will be there selling their new. I know the Economic Development just approved their hot chocolate station, so they'll be there too. Last year, then save the date for also the Run BXB, our second annual run. It's going to be the same place at Steel Farm, and that will be April 7th around 11:30. I'm working with a vendor to set up a timing spot and chips and make it a little bit more official this year. So, but same kind of idea with some local opportunities, economic development, people coming in to get the word out about their local businesses.
So the BXB raised almost $800,000?
It was $8,000. So
just
we need
checking.
to upgrade.
I'm
That would
a
be nice. That would be nice, yeah.
I was just saying, woohoo, baby, we'll build 2 playgrounds.
Yeah, that would be nice. But yeah, so we'll hope to do something again like that, but.
Awesome.
And then, you know, just again, continue to involve nonprofits and local businesses.
That actually might be something to check in with Rich Gazzardi and the Economic Development Committee to see if they even want to get it out to local businesses. I know that we're trying to get local businesses more involved, and to be actually able to participate in the run might be fun for them.
That's
you know,
a good idea.
Nice exposure too.
Yeah, okay, that's great to know, thank you. We also try to involve the Historical Commission or Historical Society and different groups too to come showcase the work that they're doing as volunteers as well. And the Minutemen as well want to come. So,
Cool.
And then this is Erickson Landry Field. As you know, we were able to secure land by a very generous donor, Ruth Landry, and we actually did walk the fields area in November with Alec Wade, and we need to get the Conservation Commission involved. There's a lot of wetlands there, but Alec feels pretty confident that we can certainly put something in there. Softball, what size it is, we're not sure, but so we're working with Places Associates as well to try to make this a reality of building a new possible softball, maybe a walking path again, kind of what we're doing at Liberty. So different ideas that's our next big project that we're working on.
Is cricket and softball played in the same field?
They do, and I know that.
Oh, cool.
There is a need there too.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of residents coming to Recreation Commission meetings in the past saying the only one is over on School Street and really want something, and it's hard to find
I know the
space.
community, Anthem Village and Acton, their kids all play cricket, in a big area, and then the dads were telling me there actually is a cricket team out there somewhere, so something I know nothing about, so that's kind of fun too.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's like a
Gaga ball,
24-hour
cricket.
rules too.
Not an
like-
athlete.
Yeah. No, it's
No.
pretty wild.
Cool.
And then just I think the last page, we have social media pages, Instagram, any questions or anyone interested in reaching out, that's our information. So
Awesome.
thank you.
Well, thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
in.
Yeah. The other slide is, I don't know if you have that too, is we started about 7 years ago a Taekwondo program, started with $0, and we were able to really boost up our revolving fund from that program, and that basically we're able to now pay for our directors and our counselors through that program too. So that's
Where
at
do you hold
Blanchard.
Taekwondo?
It's at Blanchard after school. So because after we regionalized, we're able to be grandfathered in to have the space for that. So that's really like the only program that we can. We can in the mornings with the basketball programs, but we're just trying to be creative with ways that we can have the space and use the space. And so this I don't know if you have the next slide, but it just shows like how many secured black belts, and is that the only one you have? I think so.
Well, still. Oh, there it is, team tests.
Yeah, so it shows, I think there's about 35 members now, and those are the different tests that they do and have done. And
that's great.
I've even tried it at an adult program they had a few years ago, so it's fun. In
That's
Mr.
awesome.
Lab.
Very good, very good. Well, no, we appreciate everything you do, understanding, like you said, it needs to be outside, or it's using, the school or whatnot, so.
Yeah, and again, it's just
fun.
just the 6 of us trying to manage this. So
sure.
Yeah, no,
All
thank
right.
you.
Well, you've got our support. So
Appreciate it.
thank you for everything. And if you're interested in volunteering, the Recreation Commission does have an open spot.
So can we, before you go away, can we talk a little bit more about the support idea? Because I think there was a discussion about some support from the town on.
As far as the staff position?
Yeah, right.
Yes, so there are 2 things that are going to be on the annual town meeting warrant, and one is for a new position, which is a recreation coordinator, and there's been some discussion whether that will be part-time or full-time. I think that's going to be a part-time position. Initially, it went on the warrant as a full-time position, so that's going to be a part-time position. And then also there currently is a funded part-time position for an administrative assistant, and we're looking on continuing that. but combining that position with 2 other part-time positions and hiring 1 full-time position with that money that's between community services, council on aging, and recreation, and then adding benefits and making that full-time. So it's all funded except for the benefits component. And we think that making that, having 1 person here full-time to support all 3 departments will give more consistency and availability, adding to all 3 programs or departments. But we're really excited to have someone who's going to be actually hired on as a staff, not just for admin support, but also additionally for a recreation coordinator, which is something that I think the town needs, and the Recreation Commission does as well. So someone who actually has recreation experience and can actually do programming, not just support for the staff. Because clearly the Recreation Commission members are very dedicated, but they also all have jobs. And so it's like they're holding down 2 jobs. You know, they've got regular meetings, they're running programming, they're getting ready for the staffing, you saw 345 participants in the summer program. So we think that bringing on a staff member with recreation experience is going to be a huge benefit to the program itself.
Yeah, so the support's gonna go down to let's say from a half, because I think you shared Natalie when she was here, right?
Yeah,
So
it's more like a 1/4 position, really.
Oh, she was like a quarter, okay.
Right, because she was shared, I think her 16 hours was shared between community services and recreation. And the way that worked is community services gets really, really busy in the fall up through the holidays when recreation is not quite as busy, and then community services slows down a little bit through the winter and spring when recreation really gets busy. So it was complementary in that way, but we think we can give more support to recreation and the other programs by having a full-time person and more consistency.
Yeah, that'd be terrific, because you guys do an awful lot of work and make a lot of things happen on a volunteer basis, so it would really be good to have them be able to have more support from the town.
Maybe we'll get more volunteers interested.
So, yeah, and 1 more volunteer.
More hands make light work.
One of the things that people may hear about at annual town meeting or leading up to annual town meeting, that'll be a little bit different, is the funding mechanism for the staffing positions. So rather than the town hall staffing for the supporting recreation being fully taxed, we're looking at using some of that revolving fund money to support that, so that recreation revenue is now supporting the recreation positions. So we think, it's not going to cost more or less, but it's more of, it's supporting itself, and we think that's, a good way, a good model to use to support these programs.
We are one of the commissions that bring in money for the town. I mean, a lot of it is not, I don't think Flare is completely self-funded, it's close, but if it rains, then it is. It's kind of that one day makes a difference, but we're close, and especially as we enroll more students and engage different opportunities for that, it'd be helpful, so.
Right.
Yeah.
You'll see later when we go through the warrant, one of the big changes on the revolving accounts for this year is they have had a ceiling of $35,000 for their revolving accounts, and we're changing that to $125,000 because we know they're going to bring in a lot more money, and then that money's going to go back into their programs. And so that's not funding it anymore, but it's just allowing that to go up by that much more so they can be spent on recreation programs.
Because currently it's not set up that way, so I think and parents don't realize that. I think they think, oh, it's going back to the Flare. No, it's
It goes
going
back into the general fund,
Exactly.
and then we retax the following year to fund positions. So I think this is a better way, the way that revolving funds are intended to be used.
Sure, that sounds good. Megan, the road race that was in Steel, I recall that was a fundraiser for the school playground. Was some of that money put back into that account and some into your revolving
No, it went
account,
all.
or-
It went to the playground pretty much.
It went to 100% to the playground?
8,000, yeah.
And is that the plan for this year
And
as well?
I don't. Well, no, I don't. I think we're trying to think of ways. Do we just do we charge the minimum just to, I think that's what we were going to try to do, is charge $20 for everyone to join, and that money would help pay for the timing part of it, you know, the rental for that. Or we thought of different ways that we get involved with the BC Trust. It's hard because we, as an entity of the town, we can't fundraise for something. I mean, that one you can because it's a different, but maybe by town, by commission, I don't think you can fundraise commission to commission. So we're looking into that. But certainly ideas. I think that would be nice to be able to, you know, charge a little bit more, and then that money would go for a nonprofit or a charity. Yeah.
I like that idea.
Great.
Great.
Nice.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Megan.
All righty, very informative. All right, we're all over the place. Let's see, why don't we appoint Frederick Wall? Let's do number 8, appointments. I don't see him.
We have Chris Hydak on the.
What's that?
We have Chris Hydak on the Zoom.
Chris Hydak.
Oh, it's Chris, yeah. Chris is the fourth.
I'm here.
Oh,
There he is.
hey, Chris, how are you?
Hey, pretty good, guys.
Good. All right, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Help me out.
Yeah, so Fred came to us and he wanted to join our little committee. And as any good chair, I was jumping up and down and excited about a volunteer. And he seemed very, very enthusiastic. He's already been helping us out.
Nice.
So I gave him the option and he said he wanted to join us. So definitely excited for him to join.
Awesome. All right, so you're giving him a strong recommendation then.
Yes.
Excellent. All right. Any other questions or comments?
My comment would be he's a good add to the team. He's a longtime local resident on Hill Road, and you know he's very enthusiastic about helping out. We're at the point now we're working on a charter for the group, and Fred's helping with that. So
Great.
It's great when you have somebody who wants to volunteer that
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
definitely.
that kind of skill.
Definitely. All right, then. So before he changes his mind, he's not here for me to ask what he loves about Boxborough, but he lives in Hill Road, so he gets passed. All right, I move to appoint Frederick Waugh to the Steel Farm Advisory Committee for a term ending June 30th, 2026.
Second.
Any further discussion? No? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? All right, you have an extra person on your committee. Way to go. Woo! All good. Well, thank you for popping in tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris.
All righty, next, let's see. 9B, detailed pay rate modifications for public safety staff on the personnel plan. And I see that Lee is here. Are you there? Oh, yep, we unmuted.
I am indeed.
Hey, Lee, how are you?
Beautiful. How are y'all?
Good, very good. Are you up here, or are you in nice weather?
I'm enjoying 60 degrees and torrential rains in
All
Texas.
right.
It's
So
gonna rain all
enjoying
week,
is,
so
you know.
enjoy your snow. Yeah, it's a trade-off.
Well, would you like to walk us through the memorandum you sent on the 10th?
Yes.
Or would you like Mike to take the lead? How would you like to do this?
Well, I hope it was fairly self-explanatory. I did get one question from Dave, which I appreciated, regarding, I think the question was on the fire, how come the special rate for the Acton-Boxborough School District was not reflected in the rate changes? And I think it was a good catch through all the conversation we've had with Captain Malinowski about this. That wasn't raised. I think Dave, it's a function of the sort of the language in the personnel plan is not aligned with this hiding in plain sight. I would suggest, and I did talk to Captain about that. He said that he and Chief Gray would both like to see them aligned, and I think that's easily taken care of within the personnel board at our next meeting. I do think that it'd be great if the select board would approve the detail rates for private details adjusted for both police and fire in two separate actions here. I think the board has probably led us to not do this as timely as we could have, but I think that they have been paying the folks the way they should have been, and this is sort of an administrative catch-up to a change in the personnel plan that probably should in the future be more tightly connected to the approval of the CBAs. Mike, I don't know if you want to add anything to that, or Rajan.
I'll defer to Rajan.
As Lee said, this is essentially a language cleanup. So this is to have both, because we have reserve police officers, which fall under the personnel administration plan in comparison to the full-time police officers, which have their own collective bargaining agreement. And then for the per diem firefighters, and just like per diem fire captain, lieutenant, and like the call EMTs, they fall under the personnel administration plan versus the fire CBA. So this is just to have everything in alignment, just to make sure that they are all paid fairly for the work that they do, because they essentially do very similar work, but it wasn't reflected in the personnel administration plan. So this is language cleanup, but as both departments have been paying both the per diems and the reserve officers as they should have been paid, but this is more so just language cleanup. And this is one change that doesn't have to go to town meeting, that the select board can vote to approve for the personnel administration plan.
Okay.
And
I might want to clarify just a little bit about that, if I could.
Go ahead.
There is some language correction to make the compensation of the private details consistent with the CBA, but there is a little more substantial language cleanup in the plan that is required for all the detail pay, and that's coming through the warrant item, the warrant article that the personnel board is pushing forward. So these two items are solely limited to private detail pay and aligning that for per diem police officers and firefighters across the spectrum of their departments to be paid consistent with the union officers. And that's the only action that we're asking for with this particular, these two particular items. Hopefully that helped clarify.
And to answer your question, these are private details, so it's like for private details, whoever is ordering the detail pays for it, so it's no cost to the town.
Yeah, no impact to the town.
Yeah.
Right, that's the budget.
No impact to the town. And it's important that they be aligned, because filling these details is not the easiest thing in the world, and both the chief to make sure they can, make sure that the per diem officers are going to be paid, consistent. They don't want to have a union officer working side by side with a part-time officer and being paid differently, which is understandable.
All right. Any questions for Lee? Does this make sense? Any question from the floor or Zoom? Any public? All right, seeing none, I move to accept the proposed language amendments as submitted by the Personnel Board.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. All right, that is unanimous. Thank you, Lee, and thanks for dialing in.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of your night. Stay dry.
Thank you.
Okay, the next thing is voting, discussing early voting hours. So this, I asked Becky to actually send a letter about early voting hours, because when we were discussing it last time, we pretty much all missed that. I think it was the last sentence that said this is just for early voting, not all voting, not primary. It's simply for that week before when people come in to vote during the day. So did you all have a chance to read the letter in the packet?
Mm-hmm.
All right, do we have, now that we understand it, do we have any questions or comments? No?
So, there has not been an election we have not been asked to reduce voting hours or access to voting that I can remember. And I will say fairly consistently, the board has denied that, I guess, just in the hopes of increasing or voter turnout or engagement. In the past, we have asked for numbers of people that do the early voting so we can quantify it, which has not been provided. And so I guess I'm not comfortable making this motion, and I will vote no if it is made.
Okay.
Do we need to get more?
I thought Becky had emailed that it's a very small number of people that come in for early voting. You know, you can come in the week ahead of time, go in upstairs and vote, because we also have mail-in opportunities now. I know I got my mail-in ballot application last
Technically,
week.
the mail-in, you're not supposed to mail it in unless you can't physically be present. That's
Right.
one of the things.
There's mail-in and there's absentee.
Oh, absentee, yeah, sorry.
Absentee you can't do unless you physically can't be here.
Right, but mail-in, anybody can.
We
Yeah.
all got our
Yeah.
mail-in applications.
Yeah, we just got it. I want to say, and I don't want to put words in Becky's mouth because I'm going from memory, it was less than 5% of the voters, and if, come to early voting. I know typically when I come in to do it, it's a convenience, and I wind up hanging out and talking with whomever is there, and don't often see anybody else. So,
It was a fairly small number. It was somewhere between 5 and 10%, if I recall. I had asked Becky if she could come in. She's actually away today, but she said that if the board wants her to actually come in and explain or give more detail, that she'd be happy to do that at your next meeting.
well, why don't we do that then?
Right.
That way, Wes, you have a chance to ask any questions and all that. I think, yeah, let's wait and have Becky come in.
Okay.
Right. Are you okay with that, Wes?
Yeah, I'm not really sure that's if you're saying 5 or 10% of voters are coming in during this time, that's 5 or 10% of people were saying you have to change when you would come in. That's just my opinion. I don't really know if her coming in is going to change that. But that's,
Well, I
I
know
just
that-
want to be upfront about that.
Right. Well, I know for me, like, and maybe I'm just not seeing it because there's a lot of here, like, I don't, define early voting. What have we done in the past? How many hours? What days? Between what and what? Because I thought it was just during town hall hours anyway, wasn't it? I don't remember. That's why I'm asking Becky to come in and say, what did you do in the
Yeah.
past? And how is this a deviation from what you've done in the past? And, I actually agree with you, Wes. If it's going to prevent people from being able to vote, that would definitely be concerning. So I'd want to get her opinion.
Because I think this is also one of the senior techs work-off things that they can do as well. And so if you have people saying that the taxes are too much, this is another opportunity to give people to work or to reduce their taxes while also providing other people an opportunity to vote.
Sure. All right, so we'll ask Becky to come in for the next
Sure.
meeting. Put her on, tell her to pick her time so she can work around bedtimes and all that good stuff. We'll
Okay.
just fit it in.
All right.
Because we're getting pretty good at sticking to the time here. 8:30, actually, we're ahead. All right, so the next thing, open the 2024 annual town meeting warrant. All right, I move to inform, am I making the motion first? What do I have to do? Tell me what I'm doing here. Open the open the warrant?
Yeah, if
Add
you-
warrant article,
Yeah, if you go
close
ahead
it.
and open it up,
All
and
right.
at the same time, Rajon is going to pull up
Okay.
the email that I sent with the list of warrant articles.
Okay.
And I know there were 2 things in there that I need to correct and haven't had a chance to do yet. We'll do that once he puts it up on the screen.
Okay, sounds good. All right, then I move to inform all departments, boards, committees, commissions, and the public that the warrant of the 2024 annual town meeting shall be open for such submission at this date of January 22nd, 2024. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor of opening the warrant, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, the warrant is open.
And so as that's coming up, you're going to see there's color-coded, the articles, you might see.
What happened to our big, yay, thank
There we
goodness.
And so the ones that are colored in red are the ones that we want to insert into the warrant this evening. And the numbers are not as important for this evening's discussion. And I won't say that the numbers are all accurate. That's really for working on getting closer to the annual town meeting and for discussion during Capital Saturday. Do you see? Okay. I can't. I'm going to come over here.
Did
with
green
John, 'cause
burial jump out at anybody else? Like, oh.
Okay, so I'm going to come over here so I can actually see.
No, I knew it was coming.
Okay, so line number 9, it doesn't show on the big screen, but to the screen to the left, it shows in red. So this is something that's been talked about. Kristen, you asked if we would consider putting this in, so I've gotten it's field review and verification of data. This is estimated pricing that our assessor, Kelly Sozik, has gotten from a consultant to come in and take the field cards and do an appraisal of, not an appraisal, but an assessment of all property cards in town. So this is, whether this one moves forward or not, but at least this gets it on the warrant.
So I'm confused. I was asking for a formal reval. This is a verification of existing data. That's not the same thing, is it? I thought I saw Kelly was still on Zoom.
She was. What do you mean by field review?
Yeah, I'm not sure this is what so my concern, especially after the blow up on social media, is that because we're doing formulaic revals, we're doing it, and Kelly, please correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is we do it in segments. And years ago, we actually did a formal reval where we did the entire town. I saw her name.
Yeah, she's right
There she is. I mean, again, the last time I was on the select board, or I might have been on FinCom, I don't know, but that's when we actually did a formal reval. Everybody's values were looked at, adjusted, the tax rate went down, the values went up, and my goal is that everybody's paying fairly. And I do hear what you were saying, Kelly, that, doing the formulaic reviews, we're in line and we're legal, but I'm still concerned that it's not all the way across the board, that not everybody has been looked at recently, and it's time for us to do that.
So this year was that. This was a full reval year, 2024. The last full reval you had was 2019, and the next you will have is 2029. Every 5 years, there's a full reval. And
A formal reval or a formulaic? Like, for instance, I didn't get a letter from anyone saying, hey, I'm going to come to your property, I want to take a look, will you let me in? I know personally Kristen Hilberg didn't get one of those, so as far as I know, I haven't been reevaluated.
So that used to be something the state would have you do. They don't have us do that any longer.
Okay.
They don't have us do the letters any longer. It was an expense to the town that a lot of people will not give the information back. So talking with the consultant, I inquired about having a full relist and measure. Yes, we could have that. However, it's an absolute waste for the town. Talking with the consultant group, it's a lot of wasted money. You're going to send out all these data mailers. I mean, even with this here, with the field review, you send out the data mailers. But the field review, what happens is we got to print all the cards. They'll take all the cards, and what they'll do is they'll go by each and every one of the houses. They'll look at it. If there's anything that's looking like there's a discrepancy.
Kelly, hold on a minute. I'm having a wicked hard time hearing you, and we need to turn it up because I'm not getting everything, and I'm sure people listening aren't. Can we do anything about the volume?
Judy, can you see if we can turn it up a little bit like we did earlier? Try it again.
Try again, Cal.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
That's much better. Thank you. You've never been accused of being quiet before, just like me, right?
Right. So the thing is, with the field review, it's a little different. It's going to get the same thing done, but hopefully be a different type of cost savings, but we still kept the 110 in there because of the fact there's going to probably be unforeseen costs like the postage that's supposed to be going up. How many mailers are we going to have to do? We have to do one full set. Then after that, all right, how many others are we going to have to do follow-up mailers with? But like I said, we have to buy all the paper. We have to print all the cards in-house. We got to have somebody answering phones and things on top of that because we still have our own daily duties. This is a project. This has nothing to do with the daily duty of the assessor's office. It's way up and beyond, for one. So printing all the cards, making sure that they have all the cards. They would go out, they would go by your house, for example. They'd look at the card, make sure that everything looks right. If there's something that looks awry, it goes into the pile to the right, for example. And that pile there ends up getting a data mailer mailed out with a request to have, you know, the interior exterior inspection done because nobody has to let us on the property.
Right.
We can request till we're blue in the face because all we want is good data. And no one has to let us do it. And then all of a sudden, like, they sell their home and we catch it up on the MLS. Oh, look at that. They added that new bedroom. How long has that been there? You know what I mean? But they've refused or never sent data mailers in, or they wouldn't answer their sales questionnaire. I mean, so if you want my honest opinion,
we always want your honest opinion.
We just did 1,500 cards where I literally have a 5-6-inch binder or one of the biggest binders you can get. You can come to my office and look. They just did all the cyclicals just to catch us up, and that's 1,500. We got what, 2,600? That's a big portion that they've gone by. So I mean, it's entirely. Let me say this: could I expend that money? Absolutely. Is it necessary? In my opinion, it's not. But if you guys all want, it's your town. It's not my. It's not my tax dollar. It's not my tax bill. I'm not spending that money. You guys are. If you want it, I'll head it off. But it's not necessary at this time. And believe you me, if it was necessary, when I first began here, July 5th, 2022, I think it was.
Right.
I could see right away the land was way out of whack. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, this isn't right. Yeah, it wasn't right. DOR come in, they're like, you're absolutely right. That land hasn't been changed for 5 years and we want it in order. So that's one of the things that we did. That's why everybody sees at least a $30,000 jump on the land, which is unfortunate because you want those small increment changes. You don't want these big gaps, and no different than when a condo unit keeps selling, but they're private sales or, they're not on the MLS. That's an assessor's nightmare. Because now we can't capture it, you know what I mean? So once all of a sudden it does go out and it's like, oh, there we go. And then we're trying to assess the gap that has been created. So, I mean, you guys can all do what you want. I personally, I don't think it's needed, but at least at this time, I don't see any reason for it. You've had 1,500 cyclicals done. We're on a good cyclical schedule. We have questionnaires that go out to all valid sales or arm's length sales. Those all get taken into consideration. What else? Building permit inspections. So, I mean, I guess the call is yours. I mean, it's your town, and
I guess, I've expressed this before. I just want to make sure that the tax burden is being shared fairly across the town.
It's being shared fairly, and you can see that right on my site. If you look, like, for example, if you go to the Town of Boxborough Assessors page, front page, right at the bottom, you see the base price per square foot. That's the start line. So everybody's standing, a ramp, let's use the Colonial. Everybody's standing on the start line on Colonial before an appreciation and depreciation is taken into consideration. Your base price per square foot was in 2023 $105. Now in 2024 it's $125. Again, that's before appreciation and depreciation. So everybody's right there at the start gate. So that Colonial has a deck. Well, that one's creeping up this way. Well, the Colonial is a couple years older. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Now, since the reval and unfortunately the increases, they're across the board. The example I gave earlier, which was publicly a concern, which was $400,000 or $500,000 assessed value in the assessment software, and it can sell for 1.3. Well, that's the asking price for today's market, and that's the asking price of a home at it's 555 Old Harvard Road.
Yeah, that's such an anomaly, though. I mean, that was a foreclosure that was torn down. There's a new home for sale.
Exactly, and
yeah.
It wasn't actually torn down. They actually just took the top off and put, added a big, huge dormer that added a half story, et cetera, et cetera. So,
I don't think
yeah.
they disclosed that. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to look at that listing again.
Well, yeah, because it's actually the same home, same footprint.
I didn't know
everything.
that. I thought they tore it down and built a new one. Okay.
So, but you're saying
Nope.
that when the sales go through at arm's length, that's what gets put in as a full market value?
Yes.
Okay, because my parents just sold their house this last year, and theirs is about 180,000 below the sale price. So, I don't really know.
What's I don't even know the address though.
The 420 Old Harvard Road.
At Old Harvard Road, that's the problem.
There. Well, no, well,
They just got their road repaved.
I think
I'd
Wes
have
is
to
kind of
look
bringing
into
up
it.
one of those concerns is that the reason I was asking that the town invest in the time for exactly what you said, there's not enough time in the day for you and your staff to do this, to make sure that everything is fair, so to speak. But like Wes is using an example right there of what his parents' prior home sold for relative to the value, and it's certainly not at 95%. So it's like, we know that's out there, and we know you don't have enough time to find them. And again, it just comes back to making sure that, especially to help keep seniors in town, the seniors that have been here a long time.
But that's not going to help anybody.
How does it not help?
How do you feel it's going to help the seniors?
If the values, if values go up, the rates go down. And again, the houses in the people in the larger homes who ostensibly can afford to be in their larger homes can afford to pay
No,
these taxes.
because the smaller homes always end up being more price per square foot because at that point it becomes linear. Believe it or not, unfortunately. When you have a smaller home, it becomes more expensive price per square foot in the end.
But see, that's my thing.
That's across
price
the
per
board.
square foot relative
and that's not Boxborough. That's all of Massachusetts. I'm looking up that house while we're.
It's also
because I'd have to look at it.
How do you manage condition adjustments? Like these are the things I'm concerned with. Like I'm helping people right now that have had to move out of their home. It's vacant. It hasn't been touched in 60 years. It's, so yes, they've got the square footage, but the house has not been improved for 60 years. They're not paying their fair share. They're paying more than their fair share. And then there's other people people that just bought Wes's parents' house, and I love them. They're super nice people. We're not trying to raise their taxes personally. We're not trying to attack anybody, but they're technically not paying their fair share if they're not paying it at 95% of the market value. So that's my struggle. I hear what you're saying about square footage, but it's not reflecting market value.
But Kristen, here's the thing. It's like how many people will actually tell you what improvements they have made.
That's what they're not
obligated.
That's what building permits are for.
Right, that's what
only
building permits
if
are
you
for.
have to pull a permit. So if I
But
have
that's
to
the whole
redo a
point,
kitchen, right? I don't
You
know
must
how
pull
much-
a permit.
You
But
have
like,
to.
I mean, if I'm just replacing some things,
If you're
She's not changing the layout of her kitchen.
Kitchen.
She does not need to pull a permit.
If you're doing electrical or
correct.
plumbing, you do.
if I don't have to,
But I'm not going to look at that. I don't care about electrical.
Yeah.
I don't care about plumbing.
yeah, if I keep everything the same,
Yeah,
I'm
like
just
if you
putting
don't add any
everything-
more plugs, if you don't
Yeah,
convert
yeah.
from
You do need an
gas
electrical
to,
permit and you need a plumbing permit,
Mm.
but then you don't need a building permit, so you're only being inspected for those two things by the inspector, you have the electrical inspector. So we just did that mass. and it
But
was-
roofs, windows, siding, I mean, all of those
They need permits
things.
for all of that.
So, excuse me, but 420 Old Harvard Road was a 2023 sale,
yeah.
not a 22 sale.
No, I said
I
within
don't
the last
care.
year.
But I don't care about 23 sales.
You're not
All
there
the
yet.
assessed
Okay.
values, all the assessed values were 21 and 22 sales. That's
Okay.
what we based our assessed value on. 23 will be FY 25. We will take this sale of your parents' home, and that sale will be a reflection on 25's assessed value.
Okay, because
We're
it just gives a
18
little bit
months
of
behind.
different, it
We're-
makes, because the date's in the top left corner just says January 19th. So that was
Where
my-
are you?
I'm just literally looking at the full market value report. So it was generated on the 19th, and so it just gives the appearance that it's current as of January 19th. But it's fine. I don't really care that much right now.
Yeah.
Not that I
Yeah,
don't care
looking
about
at
this.
here-
I'm just tired.
No, yeah. No, the sale price, definitely. So that sale price, like I said, will come into play
The 25.
in 25.
So
And
when the
looking
market
at what
drops.
we have for a value, the town's, stuff like this
Then you
type
file
of
for an
sale
abatement.
is,
Yeah.
this type of sale is why I got people at my window saying, why is my value so high? Because these types of sales so for example, the assessed value is $763,900, but it's sold for, publicly, it's sold for $915. So I have to fill that gap.
Mhm. All right. I mean, if you're if you're telling us that everyone is being fairly taxed, then without your endorsement, it's going to be pretty hard to present
Well,
this to town
I
meeting and
can't-
suggest that they should be spending the money. You are saying to us you do not see any need to clean up.
At this
Any of
time,
the
I do
values.
not see, well, I still feel that we should continue with the cyclicals. I still feel that we should do the building permit inspections, et cetera, et cetera. But I don't see the need for this, no. BLA would never have approved we would never have gotten certified. If our values were not in place, we would never have been certified.
Okay.
So Kelly, can I ask you this
But that's-
question?
Sure.
It sounds like Kristen's concern is that people, some of the older residents in town whose houses have run down a little bit because of lack of maintenance or whatever, if they feel they're paying too much in taxes, can they come to talk to you about that and have somebody take a look at their house?
We do not take in consideration a lack of maintenance.
Okay.
But if somebody feels like their assessed value isn't correct, they can always go into Kelly.
Absolutely.
For an explanation. So if they feel they're not being
Absolutely.
assessed appropriately,
Yeah.
they can go in and get an explanation.
To get an understanding, okay.
Can I just say, I spent a lot of time on the phone with Kelly last week because I had a question about something that I saw on social media. And she explained it, and your house literally has to be uninhabitable. The Board of Health would have to be in there in order to have the value lowered. It's basically just I think I live in I don't remember what kind of a house I have. I've got some kind of a house. But it's like if you have a colonial, right?
I have some kind of a house.
It's like a shed.
It's a
I just
cloud.
put up.
Kelly, tell Becky what kind of a house she has.
It's a shack, but it's
It's yellow.
you have a ranch, you have a colonial.
conventional.
I can't remember what kind my house is, but anyway.
Conventional.
Okay. But anyways, they're all the same unless it's literally fallen into the ground and is uninhabitable. Am I right, Kelly? Is that what you told me? Pretty much.
Basically, yeah. I
Okay.
mean, yes, it does have so what happens is Foxborough has a lot of nice homes. Yes, they do. And they are a little higher than so, or Harvard, or Clinton, for example. I mean, that's apples and oranges, I get it, but for Boxborough, within Boxborough, they are set where they're supposed to be in the parameters. And they do, I was explaining to Becky, so you have the old negative, positive, I don't know what the heck it's called, but the line where the zero's in the center, and this way goes negative, this way goes positive. So that's kind of like where the table sits. So, you know, if you have an average home, you're sitting at the 0. And then if you're fair, then that's when you start going down. And there's really not much that way. But anyway, yes, Becky, I guess, yes.
So, Kelly.
These substantial differences, you'd have to be almost dilapidated.
Yeah, so our assessments are based on state guidelines.
Correct.
Right? Okay, so like we are within the laws of how we are supposed to assess. We have gone to all the full extent of that. It's not like there are things that we haven't done, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yes, we have the parameters of we have to be between 95 and 110% of the calendar year 21 and 22 sales. So whatever happened during those 2 calendar years for the sales, and let's just take the Becky's conventional for example, if we were seeing a conventional sales happening, we have to take those sales and change the assessed values to match what the sales are. So that's why, and we have to be 95 to 110% within that sales. Right now, we're hovering around that 95, trying to keep it that low. And the COD, which is the other way of measuring it, to make sure that we are, you know, evenly distributing as Kristen is noting, we're sitting at a 5%. The state says we have to be below 10, and that means we're pretty uniform.
Yeah. So
if we're at 5.
And we are always going to be 2 years behind, right? Like if it's 23.
Yep.
So in 2025, the housing market crashes, we'll still be assessed in 2023 rates, which people might think is like ridiculous, but that's what our guidelines are.
Correct. And then what happens is just the same, just the opposite way. What happens is when all of a sudden, like you said, the market crashes, and we're now on that down, we're assessing rate to that level, and the market goes back up, and people are trying to sell their homes, and they start calling and yelling, well, why is my assessed value so low? So, yeah, you get it either way. But yes, that's exactly it. We followed the roller coaster. Yep.
Okay.
18 months behind.
All right, then I'm going to recommend we just take it off. I mean, if there's no support for it, there's absolutely 0 point in bringing it to town meeting.
Okay.
I mean, just at this point, I mean, believe you me, if there is ever a time that I feel that, you know what, there's something going wrong, we definitely need this done, there's no qualms about me. I think you all know that now. I would be the first one right up there to say, hey, we need to do something. But I just don't think it's necessary right now. I really don't. I think that it would be you're putting money onto the tax rate, and then no, I think we're good right now. I think I feel like I was knitting a sweater, and we're just going to be having people pay for something that's just unnecessary.
All right, then consider it struck.
If we didn't have the cyclicals, then caught up so much, then I think I'd take you up on this offer, but.
So to kill this topic, we're not going to talk about green burials next.
Ha ha ha, to kill the topic. Ha ha ha, okay.
Next new, thanks Kelly.
Thank you, I'm glad you're here.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night, guys.
The next article to consider inserting into the warrant is recommended by the Cemetery Commission, and that's to invest $10,000 to look into green burials. I guess there have been some inquiries whether we can do green burials in Boxborough.
What's a green burial? No formaldehyde? Like just
No
stick in the
No
ground?
formaldehyde.
No clothes. You get
Naked?
wrapped in a sheet.
Yeah, there's
On
also
the ground.
some, no fasteners, no glues, no formaldehyde.
Nothing, huh?
I think in some cases.
No casket?
No.
I thought there
How do you
was-
wake somebody naked with no casket?
You don't,
Oh.
you don't think you're gonna wait.
Yeah, I just thought I'd throw that out
So,
there.
Anyways, it's something that the cemetery commission would at least like to look into.
At my father's wake, my son took a look at him, dressed from the waist up, and asked, "Is Bobby wearing pants?" So that's what's in my head. What's under there? Is he wearing pants? No, so, okay, well, all right, moving on. Okay, so
So
we'll
the
talk
$10,000,
about that.
as I understand it, is for the testing of the soil, so they can approach, without the data, because there are wells that are too close to the South Cemetery. So they can't go asking for, and I don't recall what the distance is.
300 feet.
300 feet.
Well-
So they need to be able to come in with the data to say, okay, this is what the soil is like.
Yeah.
Within the cemetery. Can we get a pass on not living up to that,
You know the
300?
sarcophagus? We could just seat people. No, okay.
I mean, I think you might have the personnel board chair revolting on that.
Do we really want to pass on the 300 feet to protect the well? I'm not
That's right.
I think
We're
the
fighting.
Scotland though is the septic system's only gotta be 100 feet from a well.
So you want decomposing bodies, but
Instead of poop, yeah.
But does it matter if you're in a casket or not? Like, is it really going to hold anything?
I mean, like a dead deer just like decomposing on the
Right,
top
right.
and then bleaching into there. Like, I don't know. What is this,
Okay.
Donner Party of one?
Les, I'm shocked you're actually still awake, because 24 hours ago, you were on a time zone that would put you at about 3 o'clock in the morning, is that
Oh,
right?
Wes,
Yeah, it's
you
plus
were
6.
exhausted.
Just
Oh, my
back from
God.
Switzerland last night.
Oh, my God.
Okay,
All right, moving
so
on.
the next one is line 18, and then 19 and 20. 3 things for DPW, an 11-foot mower, a 52-inch mower.
$106,000 for a mower?
Yeah.
How much? An 11-foot mower?
Oh, so that's the one with the
That's one of
wings.
those big wing mowers.
Oh, 11 feet. That's the
Yeah.
one they trim the side of the road.
That's the big wing mower, the biggest one they have.
Oh, but still, holy cow.
Right. And that's based on pricing estimates that he's already received in. Yep.
I
And,
mean, 52 inches is more than 4 feet, so like, that's only like not
Oh,
even.
totes.
It's the one that they do beside the.
It's one that do the poison ivy, the poison ivy mower.
And the Japanese knotweed.
Oh, right, yeah.
um,
Hager well chlorination, holy crap.
yep, that's
I know,
one,
that's like a
that's
sucker.
one
Hager
where
well.
we have estimates of, so we funded a little bit of this last year, but it wasn't nearly enough once we went to actually do the engineering and implementation. So the estimate we have is 180,000, the 200 includes 20%.
I keep asking, should we do a new well?
I know,
Every
seriously.
time. This is a
Dig another
sucker.
well, God.
I don't know, but somebody needs to let the school
Does
district
the
know.
school know this?
Yes,
Okay.
They know it's 200,000?
yes.
Okay.
So I've spoken personally with the superintendent, and Ed Kukula has spoken with the facilities folks.
Is that our share, or that's?
No, that's the whole thing.
The whole shebang, and then the region
So
would have to
price-
reimburse us?
The price of the whole project is
That'll make 'em happy.
$180,000. We've carried 10% contingency, and that's what brings it up to the 200,000. And the school will be responsible for somewhere between 60 to 65% of that. They're carrying 65%. And the reason we don't know whether it's 60 or 65% because it's based on flow rate. And they vary sometimes between 60 and 65%. And that flow rate is measured quarterly by TBW, and then they get charged
So this is
back.
the same well that had uranium.
Yes.
Now we have chlorinate. Like, has
And
anybody looked at
PFAS.
just digging a new well?
No, they don't. This one doesn't have.
Oh, yay, no
We've had
PFAS.
uranium for multiple years.
Yeah,
When
so-
when we were on school committee.
Right.
I was on school committee.
Yeah, because I was a speak.
But it was
I mean-
naturally occurring. and,
Right.
you know.
No, I guess my point is, it's never been a great well. So has anyone even considered digging a new well? Versus continuing to remediate a well that has great flow? What?
Mike's expressions are killing me.
We spent all day at a table. Now we're spending all night at a table.
He's
Wes
just
is
trying to,
tired.
like, look very nonchalant when you say that, but his eyebrows.
I've been surrounded by attorneys all day long. It's been a rough day.
He was flanked. He was flanked.
We haven't looked into a new well, to answer the question.
good flow.
I know it's good flow, but it's been nothing but quality issues. Okay. All right. Priya, could you just step up and make, so I
I have been asking, this has been one of my things for a long time, since FinCom. I've been asking,
Mike
when
give you
can we
that
do a
one.
new well?
Get out of the way.
I didn't realize I
I'm
was
backing
giving you
up.
one.
Get it out of the way of the lightning bolt. All right, what's next?
Line 26, fire PPE. This is something that gets done every several years, and it's a lot of these items are on the capital plan, so I'm just inserting them into here since we had our capital committee meeting last week. Next one down from that is the Human Services Administrative Assistant position that I spoke of earlier when Megan was here. And this is the benefits to move the 3 part-time positions into a full-time position. It's about $20,000. When we combine those 3 positions, it covers the salary with $5,000 left over, and this $15,000 would be to cover the rest of the benefits for that position.
Okay.
Moving down to line 33, this is a new truck to replace the building commissioner's truck. Line 36 is, I think we already had this one in there, but I just wanted to point out, I've got this one highlighted in green, because this, the way they're planning on doing this traffic study is in 2 phases. So they would like to have the first 20,000 of the 80,000 during the special town meeting within the annual. So I just want to point out that there will be a special within the annual if we move forward with this one.
I still don't understand the need for a traffic study, but whatever, they can come defend it, I don't know. Okay.
Let's see, next new things starting at on line 47. Also, these next couple are right off the capital plan, which is town hall gutter and fascia repairs, and then the repainting of town hall. Reason I've got that highlighted in yellow on the capital plan, we had it for $100,000. Pricing has come in at a little under $70,000. And then the next one down is accrual and payroll software for the treasurer collector's office. And then one thing we had talked about was we have a number of bands, and we probably have enough short-term borrowing that it's about time to roll it into long-term bonding. And this would be just an estimate of what it would cost to bond that.
So, all right, so I know that in recent history, the select board has not made recommendations on other elected board special warrant articles, right? I personally feel that with where we're going financially, we actually owe the town some opinions on what's going on. Like I love the library, don't get me wrong, but you know, $650,000 for the library, God knows what it's gonna be for the schools. I mean, there is a lot of money up there, and I actually think we owe the town our input just because of where we are, and so that there can be more of that global look. And, you know, I think it's respectful and that we do it fairly, but I think people need to understand as they move forward, they're making choices now. Like everyone's going to have to make choices, and as a select board, I actually think we should be guiding them on what we think makes sense. They don't have to like or agree with it, but I do feel like we should be.
I think that will come in front of the Capitol Saturday, right? Like
Right, but I'm talking about on town meeting floor,
Yeah.
that in the warrant,
I don't think Payshaw's coming Capital Saturday. She came to our meeting last week.
I think someone needs to come.
Yeah, well, she came and talked to us about it, but you just may want to double check with her and let her know that she should be there for Capital Saturday.
Yeah.
I will.
She came to talk to us about her budget and then talked about her articles,
Right.
so.
But we haven't been in this financial position for, what, 20 years? So I understand when times are good, maybe you don't really care what the select board has to say, but when times are bad, we are the governing board of the town. I think we need to weigh in.
And I think my understanding is that in the history of the town, any board or committee can make a written recommendation in the warrant. At least that's what I was told
No.
last year.
We used to, again, back in the million of years ago when the three of us were all on the boards, we wrote recommendations for everything. Everything. And then as other subsequent boards came in, the other decisions were made, which is within their purview to do. But we also haven't, I mean, we've already been through the halcyon days of taxes going down every year. That ain't the case anymore.
There's one other piece of history that I was informed of last year, and the two contradict just a little bit, and I defer to people who've been there a lot longer than me. But one is that any board or committee can make a written recommendation. The other one is that the select board typically doesn't vote on articles that are presented by another elected board.
That's recent history. That's
Okay,
So,
and I don't have the long-term history, and I don't have an opinion one way or another. That's just the two pieces of information that I've received.
So it's like saying the cemetery commission can make a recommendation on the library.
if they wanted to.
That's
No,
what,
there
that's
were
what you're
warrants-
saying, but
yeah.
I don't see what the purpose of that is, right? That's kind of a bananas
Well,
precedent to be
but we're
setting.
the select board. We are the governing board.
I get that, but
And
I was
and
more
I
so
just-
pushing back about everybody, like any board or committee, being able to make a
Yeah.
public statement in the warrant, which I find to be somewhat bananas. And then, like typically we don't, like the school committee we support because that's that, but the planning board, we haven't in the past typically made comments on just because that's a whole other, like,
See, Wes, I don't remember ever making recommendations on any school committee stuff.
yeah.
School committee, planning board, and library board of trustees, I don't remember ever.
Yeah, we did. We absolutely did. We could pull warrants and show it.
For dollar amounts other than budget, I think the select board, because I remember when we were doing, we were looking to bond for Leary Field. The select board made a recommendation. I was on the select board, I was on the school committee, because it was a dollar amount and it had to do with bonding. The planning board, the select board has never commented on bylaw changes. Because you're not in there, you're not going to public hearings, so the select board's never commented on bylaw changes.
I don't think that's true.
Fine.
So
In
I
recent,
think
in
never is a
recent
big word.
history,
It might be in the
It's
last
been-
recent history, but that's not true. Never is not true.
Okay, so maybe.
Only
not
because I know I
recent.
wrote them.
Okay, so like within the last
10 years.
8 to 10 years.
Yeah. No, and that's fine. I understand past practice, but I just feel like we are coming into some really tough years, and we all need to take responsibility for it.
I was just notified that the library did pull the 650,000.
They did?
But I will verify that. I was just
They did
notified.
get a lot of positive feedback.
Right, there wasn't a lot of support from, I don't think there was any support from the Finance Committee. I will verify that tomorrow and send out a message to everyone.
Again, not trying to pick on the library. If anyone's watching right now, that's not it. It's just that we have so many hard choices to make right now. You know, while we're also trying to add services, so we've got to stand up there and justify why we're adding the services, and we can't afford the services we have.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna make
It's a
some,
conundrum, yeah.
well, it's not technically us, but
I know, but someone's looking for leave, you know, guidance.
So the last article that I'm aware of that we need to insert, or consider inserting in the warrant this evening is number 52, and that's bylaw amendment by the Council on Aging. Is anyone aware of any others? I know, Dave, there were two things you said that I had in there in duplicate, and I'll clean that up.
I think you,
Is it the police
I
vehicles?
think it's out, what you had duplicate in there, but.
also, why do we want to convert our bands into a bond at a really high interest rate? If the interest rates are really high right now,
Yeah, we'd have to look at the timing.
yeah.
But this would be to authorize the money to do it in the next, we're talking about almost a year and a half.
Yeah, I
within-
don't think it's going to go down in a year and a half.
Yeah.
Rates are supposed to go down 3 times this year.
Supposed
This
to.
calendar year.
Supposed to. No, everybody said it was short-term inflation too.
Alrighty, any further discussion?
So just on the duplicates, were you talking about, I thought the police vehicles, I saw them on the top too. Yeah, police marked cruisers, so I think that's in 2 places. the mobile devices are in the two places. and-
Yes, I'll take those out.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
and I think the.
Yeah, those are the two
animal
that
control,
David-
too,
Yeah.
Okay,
might
yeah,
be
those are
two
the ones
places.
that David picked up on, so I'll pull those out.
So can you pull that out, and then whatever you guys vote tonight, can you just send it to me for tomorrow's meeting? Or
Sure.
we have.
Yeah, and also Kelly had sent me the budget today
Yeah.
with the changes with the police and fire budget, and also pulling the COLAs out of the administrative budget into all the other. I haven't had a chance to look at them because we just got back to town hall, but I'll send those tomorrow morning
Tomorrow
to
morning,
FinCom
actually,
as
as
well,
long
that
as
and the
we have
warrant.
it,
Yeah.
Great, awesome, thank you.
I'm writing that.
Okay, thank you.
Good job. Visual cue. Okay, I move to add the additional articles to the 2024 annual town warrant annual town meeting warrant as presented.
Second.
Wes seconded. Any further discussion? I can't see, do we have anybody left on Zoom who might be raising their hand?
Is the land purchase for the public safety building on that?
Yep, 1.5 million
Good, okay.
as a placeholder.
All right, it is on there?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it.
I think I also put in there the professional services. Let me see if I get it in
I thought we added that one from Capital, right?
there. Oh, yeah, that was already in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so those were both already added previously, the land purchase and professional services for the fire station. So those are already in there.
I just got a text.
You guys look, you're like ready to sprint. All right, I moved, Wes seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I move to close the 2024 annual town meeting warrant.
Second.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, unanimous.
Are you
All
moving
right.
goals?
What's
No.
up?
Are we
We're
passing
moving,
over them?
passing.
I'm going
Sweet.
to recommend that we pass over the goals.
Yeah,
So going into
we're tired.
the so no.
I have no
Good night.
goals.
That's what I wanted to know. See you later.
See you. Bye.
All right, then, I don't have my motion. I always
So
say
I'll
usually-
move to
Thank you,
adjourn
Wes.
to executive session and not to reconvene in open session to discuss strategies such as in preparation for negotiations with non-union personnel per MGL Chapter 38, Section 21A2, Fire Chief, and as well as to discuss strategy with respect to litigation per MGL Chapter 38, Section 21A3, CBK, and to note that any public discussion would impact the board's or the town's negotiating position in said discussions, and, yeah.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Oh, we have to roll call vote this, right? This
Yep.
is
You
executive
said
session.
not to reopen, right?
Yeah, he did say not to reopen. Not to reconvene. All right, we'll start at the end. Wes?
Folks, aye.
Priya?
Sundaram, aye.
Dave?
McKiernan and I.
And Hilberg, aye. All right, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, everyone is still hanging in.
Thanks, Judy.